Hello everyone, this is Skip Farr with Hard Dollar Corporation. This session I'd like to cover a few topics, attachments, changes, and reports. Just look over a few of these features and functions that we have within Hard Dollar. Before I talk about attachments, I'm going to go to the Tools command and choose Settings. Notice there's a thing that says Attachment Settings. Basically, Hard Dollar puts a attachments file in this directory structure so that we know where this information is saved or stored to. But I will say you may need to go in there, open that up, and there may be some security settings that you may want to change. But this gives you the option of maybe just linking only, or maybe linking and copy attachments to inside the job itself. So I've chosen this option for me. So what attachments are, you can simply attach any kind of file to the job if you so desire. In other words, you've taken pictures, you've got documents involved, and so forth. So when you go through a bid review, and so it says, well, where's the pictures, where's this or where's that, instead of trying to remember where in the server you saved it or what folder you got this stuff in, you could have it attached to the job and then quickly go to the job and review it. So when I open up the attachments register, in my case it's blank, so I'm going to add a new attachment. Well, up comes your Explorer essentially. Let's say I click in here and I took some pictures. So let's see here. I got some directory, I got some pictures here somewhere, and maybe I went out and I found this picture. So I'm going to make a copy of it inside a job folder instead of linking to it. So I'm going to give it a name and call it Snakes. So I could have created other attachments, you know, Excel files, any kind of file. So we're going through the bid review and the boss says, what did you find out there when you're looking at it? Well, I say, oh, here. I go to Forms, Attachment. I say, I found this when I was looking around the site. The point is, you know, you can change what you want to look at very quickly. You can find it, okay? Instead of having this, so where did I put that picture? It's on my camera somewhere and I forgot to download it and so forth. So if you like, nice little register for attachments for that particular job, okay? We also have what we call a PBS changes log. This is a log that you may activate at any time, and what it does, it will record any change that impacts the target price. In other words, a cost impact to the job, okay? Now, if you just have the standard work planning license, you do have this PBS changes log feature. If you buy the changes license, you get more information that you can manage from there on. So what I have, I'll show you the difference when I open up the change or open up the log and make some changes. So I'm going to open up the PBS changes log. Normally you activate it through the job properties form. I'll say, yeah, I'm going to activate it now. So these are some previous changes that my job had, but now I just reactivated this. So it tells me the date and time, what job it was activated. The big thing is, if you don't have the changes license, you'll basically get this information over to here. We'll give you the before and the after. If you get the changes module, the license, you get all this additional detail. You can't read that all. I don't expect you to. I'm only halfway over. Okay, we'll give you all kinds of information. But the point is, it's activated. Now, how would you normally use this? Well, I usually tell people, you know, don't turn this on when you first start an estimate, because this is going to record every change you make in that estimate. But one value is, during the bid review, you want to keep track of any last-minute changes that were made. Activate the log. Therefore, you have a good audit trail of what was said and what was decided upon. Now, this could be used for change orders. In other words, you can activate the log, enter changes that you think are out there that have impacted the job, then come back at some point in time and get the total impact of what those changes have done for you. So it can be used in that function also. What I'm going to do, I'm going to simply go to CBS and make a simple change. I'm going to open up here and I'm going to say, I need 3 labors. Well, since I have the license that says you want to view the record, I say, no, I don't need to do that for right now. So I made some change. So we're going through the bid review again, and I'm going to open up the record, and we're looking at this, and the boss says, I don't like the productivity. Let's change that to 350. So you go 350. Oh, we recorded the change. I'm not going to review it right now, though I could. So I'm making changes. Okay. When I'm ready, I can go back to the changes register, and there's my first change, and there's my second change. Let me scroll over just a little. My first change went from here to here, and that's the difference. The second change went from before, after, and the difference. Now, since I have the changes log license, I'm going to select both of these, open up the record. Now I can get more information. How about the impact on the cost item itself? Well, it changed some labor and equipment dollars. And of course, we have the ability to have the charge rate or even billing rates that you can set up for your resources. What's the impact on the CBS, meaning direct and indirect costs? Because part of your indirects could have been a function of your direct costs. Well, there's before, the after, and the difference. What's the impact on the PBS? Remember, that includes profit. So this could impact profit. So your target price was affected, before, after, and difference. Of course, this is a way to manage this type of change if you wanted to. But even if you didn't have the changes log, you still have an audit trail of what was changed. Here's before, here's the after, here's the dollar impact, and so forth. Now, when you're finished and you want to deactivate this changes log, I go Tools, Deactivate. So you got a nice little entry that says it was deactivated. So from now on, nothing else is going to be recorded. So think about that little changes log if you think it's of some value. The other thing I wanted to quickly talk about, without going into any specific detail, are reports. So I'm just going to open up the report area. And you notice over here is all the report sections that you can use. But what I want to emphasize here is that you can set up master header footer settings. You can set up master layout settings. And you can use these on any report. I need to go back to report, and there it is. So again, header footers. You can change. I got one here that I said called skip 1, and I put Hard Dollars logo here. Okay? Multiple settings you can create. How about the layout? Letter size, fonts, quantities, precision, commas, symbols. Create different ones. So once you have created your master layout settings and their header footers on any report that you would want to open up, you can choose which header footing do you want. Which layout would you want? So you can choose those. And again, I want to emphasize, in any report that we have, you can change those settings just like you can change views. So maybe on this thing you wanted to click some of this off, and you want to use it over and over again. You just simply come here and click the little floppy disk and save it. You may notice I've got a few options here that I've saved. I've got a foreman's report that I've created. Here's one for notes view. It's simply all these turned off with some notes. Here's an example. Save different settings for all reports that we have in the system. So I just want to mention that there's a lot of good information you can set up about your reports. Get the information and the layout the way you want. I'll make one other comment here on reports. All of them, instead of going to the printer, you may choose a different file format to create the report in. Okay, so you have quite a bit of flexibility on your reports. Well, that's what I want to talk about in this particular session. Thank you for your time.